All right, we are out here on the 6th hole of the Heritage course. We wanted to clarify some rules in terms of sprinkler heads that may come up throughout play this week. So, sprinkler head, scenario 1, we are on the putting green. Our ball is clearly on the putting green. We have a sprinkler head that is in the line of play to where the flag is. So when you are on the putting green, you are entitled to line of play relief. So Mr. Lobeck here is going to show us how to take that relief properly. He's going to mark his ball, and now his relief, he gets no closer to the hole, but wherever that putt or the sprinkler head is not in his line of play. So he's going to kind of determine where that is, and as long as the ball kind of doesn't obviously roll that way, he's determined that that is the nearest point. He is no closer to the hole, so that is line of play relief when you're on the putting surface. You are entitled to that when your ball is on the putting surface and that sprinkler head interferes with your line of play. When you are off the putting surface, you are not entitled to that same line of play relief. We'll go over that in a second. All right, we're going to explain scenario 2. We're on the 7th hole, so this sprinkler head clearly lies off of the green. We explain how to take relief when you're on the green. This one's off the green. So when you are off the green, you get relief from your stance or your swing, not from your line of play. So this is clearly going to interfere with our swing. So via that, we're entitled to free relief. So to determine where we are going to get relief, we're going to determine the nearest point via our stance and swing where we can move this ball first. That will give us relief from the sprinkler head. So Mr. Lobeck here is going to mark where he thinks the nearest point of relief is. That won't interfere with his stance or his swing. So he puts his marker down. Now you're entitled to one additional club length outside of that. So we've got our club, we put that down, we do a second marker. So now we essentially just have to drop the ball within these two markers here. Once the ball is dropped and it comes to rest, that ball's in play right there. So we are entitled to stance and swing relief when the sprinkler head lies off of the putting surface. We don't get line of play relief when that sprinkler head is off the putting surface. Another scenario here, ball comes to rest. This sprinkler head is clearly interfering with his left foot. So we get relief from that as well because that's interfering with our stance. So now we're going to determine where the nearest point is. He would just kind of step to the side there and figure out his best action of play here. So that would be the nearest point there via his stance. So he marked it and he gets one additional club length there as well. So this would be the nearest point for his stance, but he still gets that one additional club length if he wants it. Obviously, if you don't want relief, you don't need to take relief, but those are kind of the two scenarios that you would run into with these sprinkler heads that either lie on a putting surface or lie off the putting surface. All right, so the last little bit of confusion that we want to clear up here. Once again, on the 7th hole, this ball is lying directly behind the sprinkler head. The hole is kind of behind the camera there. So in this scenario, I want to make this very clear that you do not get relief from this. Even though that sprinkler head is in your line of play, even if you want to putt the ball, if you would determine that you would want to do that, it doesn't matter because the sprinkler head is off the green. The ball is clearly in line of play to that hole. However, because you're off the green, you don't get that relief. As we talked about before, if that sprinkler head is on the putting green, then you would get relief. But this one's clearly off the green.